Hey guys, I'm Heintje, and a few weeks ago I found myself close to Amsterdam with some time to spend. So my idea was to go to Bikepark Spaarnwoude and finally nail that big brab. Unfortunately, it was raining all day. Of course, this can be fun, just not as much on jump lines made out of slippery clay, so I had to come up with something else to pass my time. That's when I got the idea to pay a visit to Indoor MTB in Almere. Sure, it might be cross-country orientated, but can it be fun? Let's check it out after the intro, shall we? Let's start the video with my first lap at the place, my scouting run. While I do so, let me tell you about the bike I'm riding. It's a Cube hardtail, a rental bike. Yeah, my own hardtail is much better, but also way too expensive to be a rental bike. And to be honest, this bike was just fine for the thrills and features they have here. Only slight issue I ran into was with the drivetrain. Sometimes when pedaling backwards, the chain would slacken. This made it a bit harder to conquer technical features by giving multiple short cranks. Anyway, this bike was way better suited for this place than the downhill bike I brought. Another advantage, I didn't have to clean it myself. And yes, even though it's indoor, the bike still got dirty. Now I've come to the first expert feature. Maybe not hit this one within the first minute of riding. And first check it out. Okay, a small drop. Or at least small in my mind. Turned out this was one of the bigger features of the park. So next lap I went for it. It's not that hard. The thing is that you have to pedal quite hard in order to make it straight to the dirt, not touching the wood. Followed up by a tiny gap jump. Now let me address the rest of the notable features. I know this doesn't give you a good overview of the place, so after I will include a clip of a full lap, uncut. First on the list is the biggest feature, the wall ride. Not that much to say about. Just try to get your tires above the line and then, of course, jump off the end. This requires quite a bit of commitment. Next is a rock garden underneath a waterfall, one of the more technical features, and the reason why your bike does get dirty while riding under a roof. I really like this feature, it's not that hard, but the water provides an extra incentive to not put a foot on the ground, and it makes the rock slippery. To make a flat rock garden still a challenge. Depending on your route choice, you can cross the water over a North Shore feature or bypass it altogether. There are a lot of line choice options and ways to ride short loops to practice certain features. Now it's time for some more gimmicky features. First a seesaw, a feature that used to be pretty popular. However, since it doesn't work when people ride in trains, they were the root of a lot of crashes. Therefore a lot of parks remove them, so it's cool to see one once again. The idea is to take them at low speed, let the seesaw drop and then ride off it. Or you can take it with some more speed and turn it into a very weird feeling drop. Next is a toilet bowl, also known as a 360-degree turn. Kinda fun, really good to practice looking through a turn, but most fun when utilizing a 360 camera. Now a feature that was a real challenge for me, a set of skinnies. I'm not terrible at skinnies, it's just that they are often awkward to fall from. Same here. I'm not afraid that I'll lose my balance. No, I'm afraid that I twist my ankle when I place my foot down. There just isn't that much room beside the skinnies. The widest one wasn't an issue. The middle one was also very doable for me. I still can't describe how to ride a skinny. It's a strange combination of having some speed and not going too fast. As with everything in mountain biking, it's important to look ahead, but you also have to be sure your wheels stay on the skinny. Like I said, it's hard to explain what I'm doing. I guess most comes down to confidence and commitment. What else comes down to confidence and commitment is jumping. They don't have many jumps here, more on that in the conclusion of the video. For now, the best jump I could find was a bit of a transfer. One more feature to address, the one from the thumbnail, a suspended bridge, something I've never ridden before. Let me tell you that there's no way a video can show how weird this feels. Even though your tires have full grip, your bike still moves side to side. Then as you compensate for that, it only gets worse. Thankfully this one isn't that long. I think a feature like this would be a real challenge when it is twice as long. However, it's fun to have and ride features you don't see every day. What brings me to the part of the video where I show the entire place. I lied earlier in the video. Due to the large amount of deviations, I can't show everything in one lap, so I wrote two. Well, before I give my verdict about Indoor MTB, let me first give a huge shout out to my supporters. As you might have seen in the intro, I've got some new supporters lately. I can't describe how amazing this is. It feels so unreal that some people like my content enough to give me a small donation. All I can say is, thank you very much. Of course, this is just optional, absolutely not mandatory. Feel free to just enjoy my videos for free. Now for the conclusion of this video. Indoor MTB in Almere is a fun spot to spend a rainy day. It's XC orientated, so the features are not that hard for experienced enduro or freeriders. It's still more than a challenge enough to keep you entertained for a few hours. I had all day, so I booked a 4-hour window. I feel this might have been too much. First of all, the place is not that big. One of the bigger laps you can choose is about 3 minutes long. But second, it's also very intensive to ride here. Even though there isn't much of a height difference, it's packed with features. So there are basically no moments to rest during a lap. Therefore I would recommend a 2-hour entry. When I was chatting with some of the employees, they told me they have plans to expand the place. However, this will cost a lot of time and money. Hopefully they get to realize their plans. With an extra area they can get a bit more height and with that a lot more challenges. I had a great time and I can recommend a visit. However, I don't think I'll be coming back here anytime soon. I had a fun day, but I rode everything the park has to offer. Of course, this might be different for you. If you are a beginner, this is an amazing place to practice. Due to the small laps, you can really focus on a single feature. And speaking of features, it has more features than most cross-country laps in the Netherlands. Also, as you get better, you start to see more and more cheeky lines and fun challenges. One thing I think this place truly lacks is a flowing section with some jumps. You have a couple of small jumps, but they are in desperate need of some reshaping. Technical features lose their attractiveness after you've done them a couple of times and cleared all the lines you want. However, a flow section remains fun, no matter how often you ride it. A great flow section would make it easier to spend a lot of time here or even warrant multiple visits. On the other hand, the technicality makes this place quite unique for Dutch mountain biking. With that the conclusion, I've come to the end of the video. What do you think? Have you been here and how did you like it? Or did my video inspire you to pay a visit to Indoor MTB? Please let me know in the comments. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. As always, I hope to see you back for my next video, and of course, in the meantime, have fun riding, be it indoors or outside. Houdoe!